Lesson 33, Unit Multipliers. Now I know you're probably saying, well, we already talked about unit multipliers, Miss Kaiser. What else is there? Oh, there's plenty more for me to show you. So let's just do that right now. All right, multiple unit multipliers means more than one, okay? Like remember our unit multipliers, our example is, 1 inch. Nope, that's not an example. But inches and feet, that's what I meant to say. You can either say 1 foot equals 12 inches and write it as a fraction, or you could say 12 inches equals 1 foot and write it as a fraction. And these unit multipliers, because 1 foot is 12 inches, this is 1, and this is 1, you're multiplying by 1 whole in a fraction world, and it keeps everything even Steven, and it actually does your converting for you. So these unit multipliers are just, one way to convert. And so we've been practicing that this year. So here's my first example of why I need more than one. Multiple just means more than one in this case. We're going to need more than one of these to get to the final conversion. Okay, so I've got 360 inches and I need to change it, convert it to yards. Well, there is a way I think I can go from inches to yards, or I can go inches to feet and then change feet to yards. So I need to go inches to feet and then change feet to yards. So I'm going to need 2 different ones of those. Yeah, I'll show you. So the steps haven't changed. You write 360 inches over 1. Not like that. 360 inches over 1. Turn it into a fraction form. And then you're going to have 2 unit multipliers. So you're going to have 2 different conversions. So in the first blank we need inches on bottom. And we said we're going to change it to feet. Pretty easy, right? And then in the next fraction we need feet on bottom. And yards will be on top. So once you set up your blanks, see this is review. We find out what we need and we put what we want on bottom. So when we're multiplying across, we can cancel, 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 cancel. 1 for 1. And so now you just have to fill in the blanks. 12 inches is 1 foot. Remember, if you don't remember, you got your little cheat sheet, right? See those things? You look on there. Oh, yeah, that's what. And how many feet? 3 feet or 1 yard. 1 yard equals 3 feet. That's what it said right there. So you just use that thing. Okay. So anyways, now that we have this, everyone can multiply 3 fractions at a time. You just say 360 times 1 times 1 is 360. 1 times 12 times 3. 12 times 3 is 36. This inch has canceled this inch, this foot with this foot. All that's left is yards. And you're done. Because, you could simplify that. That goes in 10 times. Or just leave it. Because, you've done all this work here. I'll take it. Just like that. And then right here, we're going to go from kilometers to centimeters. But on our little cheat sheet, it just says kilometers to meters and then meters to centimeters. So we're actually going to go kilometers to meters and then meters to centimeters. Deal? All right, so step 1, write your original over 1, 1.4 kilometers over 1. And this time we know we're going to need 2 unit multipliers, so put 2 fraction blanks, 2 unit multiplier blanks. This time kilometers go, and this one the kilometers goes on bottom. And it says 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. Got it? Because we were changing to meters. And then in the next blank, we know we need meters on bottom, and finally we'll get to centimeters. This unit multiplier or conversion says 1 meter is 100 centimeters. Easy peasy. Now we just do our multiplying across, and I'm saving you a step. You just have to do 1.4 times 1,000 times 100. So 1.4 times 1,000 times 100 will give us our answer. That's canceled with that with that. All that's left is centimeters. I'll take it. That's plenty. I know you know how to get the answer from here. All right, so just show me that. We'll do this example in class, so go ahead and copy it down. And you can try it on your own if you feel up to it, and then we'll check it. All right? Another thing we need to talk about now that we can do multiple unit multipliers is when we're talking about, this is letter B, conversions of units of area. What in the world? This is for square feet. And I want to change it to square inches. Now everybody understands when I'm talking about a square, I'm talking about area. It covers, you know, trying to make 1, 2, 3, 4. That's supposed to be 4 by 4. And so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. This is a 4 by 4 square, and there's actually 16 squares inside that square. So 4 square feet, I'm sorry. And I'm changing it to square inches. So this is my square feet example, and I'll show you in a minute if we're going to do it right. So I'm dealing with 4 square feet here. There's my picture. And then we can do these conversions with units of area the same way, using unit multipliers. But there's one extra thing you have to take in consideration. When you write your 4 square feet over 1, you need to write 4 over 1, and you need to put your label on. I mean, that's what we've been doing every time, because we need the label to tell us where to go. But this time, if it's square feet, what does that mean? It means feet times feet. Yeah. So it's feet times feet. So you need to write it out. Feet times feet, or feet squared, is what this is. And then you can put your unit multipliers. And I'm just going to go ahead and tell you we're going to need 2. And let me tell you why. Because we're going to have to cancel out this foot and this foot. So we need 2 of these. That makes sense? That's the only way we can get rid of my feet squared to go to square inches. Well, check out what happens when we do this. Feet to inches, right? You can go from feet to inches. And so that's what we're doing. We're going to use the unit multiplier twice because it's area, length times width. We're doing this multiplying times thing. Okay, so here we go. 4 feet times feet. 1 foot equals 12 inches. 1 foot equals 12 inches. Our unit multipliers are the same. We just have to use them twice. All right, because watch what happens. 4 times 12 times 12. 4 times 12 times 12 is my answer. This foot cancels with this foot when you're multiplying across. This one on top can cancel with this one on bottom. And what do we have left? Inches times inches, which is inches squared, or square inches. We did it! See? It works out awesome. You just have to remember that if it's square feet, you have to write it down twice. Alright? Now, I drew this picture because I wanted you to be like, 4 times 12 times 12, that's 144 times 4, which is what? 488? I don't know, but it's a lot, right? That's because in every single one of these is 12. 12, 12, 12, by 12, 12, 12, 12. That's not even close enough. Like all these little bitty squares. So this is 12 inches per foot. And how many inches is that inside? So that's why it's such a big number. And that's why you have to multiply times twice, because it's actually creating not straight lines, but little bitty squares everywhere. Is that cool? We're going to talk a little bit more about this in class and actually figure it out. Joey, I know you'll want to. Okay, so let's do this one more example real quick so we can make sure we're getting this square area converting in area. All right, so we write it over 1, and we write, these are square meters, so we say meters times meters. Easy peasy. So you write 4 meters times meters over 1, because that's what square meters mean, meters squared. Yeah? Times itself. Okay, times, and if we have 2 meters, we're going to have 2 unit multipliers. So that means meters has to be on bottom twice, for this one, and this one, for this one, and we're changing it to centimeters. So that goes on top. And we look at our conversion chart, and it says 1 meter is 100 centimeters. 1 meter is 100 centimeters. 1 meter is 100 centimeters. Multiply straight across, 4 times 100 times 100. So 4 times 100 times 100. Just write that down. You don't even have to do the long multiplication. This cancels this cancels this. What's left? Centimeters times centimeters, or square centimeters. Centimeters squared. We did exactly what it asked us to do. It asked us to change it to square centimeters. Got to take care of both lengths. Awesome. All right, well, if you have any questions, bring them to class, please. Okay.